Hey, other guy, what's going on? So how is Robot Soulsborne? It's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's the Queen's Jubilee in Guild Wars 2. In a Souls-like. Actually, let's go back down here for a second. Can I go in here? I guess I was in there. I guess I was in there from this side? Oh no, I don't know if I ever climbed. Did I climb up here, gang? Can't remember. Guess I was in here. Miss. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man, I keep getting locked onto the wrong one. I hate those guys. I lost my lucky ball and chain, and now she's 4 years gone. She's 5 feet tall and sick of me. He just kicked me in the face. Yeah, this is it for me. When there's a treasure there and everything. Wow, I haven't seen that move before. Oh, where'd this guy come from? This is tough. Oh, that's the, is that number of charges on my heal increase? Oh, look at this. Haha, suckers. Nice. Okay. Yeah, number of heals up to 4. Nice. Very good. And I can level up something. I can't level up the weapon because I don't have a bronze ingot. Should I buy a bronze ingot? Why are they 2,000? All right, I'm gonna buy one. I bought a bronze ingot. What can I sell? There's stuff here I wouldn't use. Probably shouldn't. So why is it saying sell? This would give me 250 to sell that? Isn't that, when I use it, isn't it less than 250? Or is it? Isn't that weird? All right, so I need 1,500 in order to level up the gun. Super weird. Super weird. All right, use. What did we say these give you? 50 each? Wait, is it telling me how much it is? I guess it is 250 each. The lesser spirits, is there a lower one than that? No. So use, okay, these are 500 each. I guess these are 250 each. Oh, I'm 2 off. I guess I was wrong when we were doing the math before.
62 avoids DMCA. 62 avoids DMCA.
Or a blaze.
62-month hype. Bog Otter hype. What do you call a detective that solves cases by pure accident? Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Bogator Lalvina champ.
That's great. Thank you so much, Aura Blaze, for the 62. All right, I upgraded the musket. That was pretty good. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so this is a new section. In fact, before we do start exploring this new place, I think I'm gonna take a quick break. Is this a shortcut? Oh, the gate is locked. Okay, so we can go up there and then hopefully find the key. Now, when I ran away, very bravely, I might add. Is there anything over here that I missed? I don't think so, right? Bye! It was very brave, wasn't it, Sassy? Alright, that gate's locked. Monsieur de Mirabeau's townhouse. Mon Dieu. All right, what's gonna eat me back here? You know something's gonna eat me back here. The Lita halberd. Why does it look like a fan? Because it does look like a fan. What is this? What's your favorite game you've played on the PS5 so far? Elden Ring. Oh, it does have a fan at the end. Wait. That is a weird weapon. Does that take a charge? No. Okay. Oh, I do like that move. Lead the halberd. It's a power weapon, though. Oh. What's your favorite game that you play on the PS5, Bowser? You're getting sleepy. Rose's like, yes, I am. I was just telling Azari on the break, I'm like, I'm excited for nap time later. Is that bad? I got up at 7:20. I ran most of my walk today. I ran. It was like the most I ran the 2-mile walk. Working up to trying to do the whole thing. Hello.
So, I put it to you that the fact that the society is in need of
We're gonna scare the crap out of this guy. Hello.
Monsieur de Mirabeau.
The demon can speak? Speak then! Has my time come?
I do not know.
My life is in your hands. It's not worth much. Do what you will with it.
I seek Monsieur de Vaucanson. He holds the secret to the tireless automats.
And you think you'll find him here? In my quarters? Tell me, who is your master? Aren't you one of Cagliostro's creatures?
I serve
Cagliostro.
only the Queen.
Ah, the Queen. Well then, that's something else altogether.
I don't trust this guy. Oh, mine's Returnal if you're talking about PS5 exclusives. PS5 exclusive. I don't know. Demon Souls was pretty good. Which ones are just exclusive though? Horizon, I guess. Forbidden West. Probably Death Stranding Director's Cut or Horizon Forbidden West for Bowser. I can see that.
I found this message in Monsieur de Vaucanson's carriage.
He didn't receive it. That is most worrying. Eugène and I are old friends. I was hoping he would be able to tell me what the deuce is going on. Of course, I doubt he had a hand in this odious display of force, but he spent years in service to the king and his projects. Projects whose macabre ends we're only now discovering.
Where could Monsieur de Vaucanson have gone?
How should I know? The situation is dire out there. Everyone is taking shelter wherever they can. Let me think. I know that he and Monsieur Bailly, the astronomer, are close. Perhaps Monsieur Bailly knows more?
Where can he be found?
He must have taken refuge in his observatory at the Louvre. Otherwise, I doubt he is still alive. He and his associate Lavoisier, the astronomer and the chemist, they were once the pride of the court, but have fallen out of favor. Too close to the common people, it would seem. It's as if only Vaucanson managed to stay in the king's good graces. Sic transit gloria mundi.
Who is this Cagliostro?
You feign ignorance.
I do not know.
Then you should know that Cagliostro is the king's right-hand man. He claims to be a magician, and he is a self-styled count.
A charlatan who is more powerful than a minister.
Precisely. I've heard the most troubling rumors about him. He's supposedly the one who enabled the king to breathe life into these killing machines that no key need wind. I admit it sounds highly improbable, and I wouldn't believe a word of it if I didn't have proof standing right before my eyes. Now that I think about it, as you can see, my servants have all abandoned me, and I will soon follow their lead. Those poor people hoped to escape the city while there was still time. À dire vrai, I fear I shall never see them alive again. Before she left, the housekeeper gave me this key. It opens the gate that leads to the Louvre, if you are foolhardy enough to attempt it.
I feel like our character in this, Aegis, is open to being tricked. You know what I mean? She comes right out. It's like, I only obey the queen and stuff. Like, the wrong person could totally, like, fool her.
I found a note written by Eugène de Vaucanson. He mentions the death of the Dauphin at Meudon. What happened that night?
How should I know? The child passed away at Meudon. I was in Versailles.
Eugène de Vaucanson told you nothing.
The only thing he was willing to tell me was that something terrible had happened, and that the circumstances leading to the Dauphin's death were not exactly as described. One thing for certain is that he was extremely upset about what happened, so much so that he refused to spend a single day more in the king's service. But he has apparently changed his mind.
Besides the king and Monsieur de Vaucanson, who else witnessed these events?
Well, if they followed protocol, Monsieur Lemonnier, the first physician to the king, he must have performed the autopsy on the child.
Where can I find him?
He lives in Versailles, near the chateau. But he has a practice here in Paris, en rue Saint-Thomas d'Enfer, in the quartier Saint-André des Arts.
All right. Each one of these quests is, here's a key. Go here. All right. The real name of Calistro was Giuseppe Giovanni Battista Vincenzo Pietro Antonio Matteo Franco Balsamo? Really? They probably called him Bob. Just kidding. That's my name too. There's plenty of honorable mentions. Returnal, Sackboy, Stray, Kana. Yeah. Oh yeah. My son, I have some terrible news to share with you that I'm sure will delight you. As I write these lines, I'm confined to my bed at my home in Argenteuil, in such a poor state of health that the doctors assure me I have only a few hours to live. I am determined to die as a Christian, so I have sent for a confessor in the person of Monsieur de la Fere, Bishop of Nancy. He will arrive soon to administer my last rites, then I can finally give my soul to God. Although I look forward to leaving this world and the thought of no longer having to watch you sully the Mirabeau name, I ask you not to celebrate my demise too quickly. You should know that although my body is already no more than a rotting carcass, my pen and my mind are as sharp as ever. I have made arrangements for you, your succubus of a mother and your wastrel of a sister. You will soon be hearing of me. I swear this to you from beyond the grave, for even in death, I do not intend to let those who made my life a living hell continue to enjoy their own. Your father, Victor de Riquetti, Marquis de Mirabeau. Mirabeau. Yep. All right, here we go. So, this is just the fancy, like, fountain in the backyard, I guess, huh? Do you remember the good years in Canaan? Essence of a lesser spirit. I caught him sleeping. I caught him sleeping. Look at that guy. Oh, fudge ripple. Well, that stinks. Yes, kill your friend. All I wanted was the ad to be out of there so I could focus. I do like that guy a whole bunch, though. Step into my office. Oh, Frost Club. Hey, Melistar, what's up? Hog's office has cookies. What do you mean? All right, got 400 for him. I'm running low on the heal over times that I have. Oh, crap! I can't hit swing. Wow. How do you get rid of fulmination? Fulmination, Aegis can stop electrocution by using insulation elixir. Oh, okay. Frost, I do R1, R2 by attacking. And flame dodging. Okay. Does it not still have reject cookies from the other day? Oh, yeah. We have a lot. We have a huge bag of reject cookies. They're not in my office, though, so that's why I was confused. I'm sure there's a shocking answer. Hi, Dyspheria. You're exhausted. You just got just about over a cold. Your 5-year-old passed to your sister and me. And then the 5-year-old was up for a long while complaining that her legs were hurting. I'm guessing growing pains. I could use a nap, but that's not going to happen. Ugh. So sorry. It will get easier someday. Oh, what's this? Monsieur Balsamo, we ask that you once again not partake in your mysterious activities in the middle of the night. Whatever the source of that terrible noise you produce disturbs the peace in the neighborhood. If these actions continue, we'll be forced to refer the matter to the authorities at the Châtelet. You have been warned. I don't think he cares. He's creating a monster. How much for 1 dozen reject cookies? You know, it's funny. We were talking about that yesterday. For anybody who wasn't here.
Today, as clearly as I can see you now.
It's impossible. That makes no sense.
Do you think I've gone mad?
No, of course not. But how could Monsieur Balsamo make these machines obey him?
Azaria was baking some cookies for, just as a test for some of the ones we're eventually going to sell on her Etsy shop. And we had a whole big batch come out all misshapen, right? Some of them were too big. Some of them were just weird shapes. We were showing them off on stream yesterday. And, I had the idea of like, oh man, we should have made it the Reject Cookie Company. Where you sell just all kinds of like weird shaped cookies and things and not have to worry about them aesthetically. And like, we actually don't hate that idea. We don't hate it. Alright, so where were these people talking over here?
Saw it today, as clearly as I can see you now.
It's impossible. That makes no sense.
You already said
Do you
that.
think I've gone mad?
Yeah.
No,
Let me see if I can talk to them after this.
But how could Monsieur Balsamo make these machines obey him?
Monsieur Balsamo, you say?
To Jesu! An automat right on our doorstep.
Malheur! We are lost!
Do not fear. I am not like the other machines.
À la bonne heure. This one speaks and thinks, at least.
We'd better stay on our guard.
So you saw this Monsieur Balsamo giving orders to the machines?
Bien sûr. I saw him walk through the gate to his workshop, just a few paces from here, accompanied by a dozen automats. They made no move to attack him. Oh no, bien au contraire, they were acting like his bodyguards.
All right.
What does Monsieur Balsamo do?
Who knows? He's a very discreet man.
Discreet? You'd have to be deaf to find him discreet. What about the racket keeps us up every night? The clatter of scrap metal, the creaking of pulleys, rumblings of all kinds. We suffer through it all. Not to mention the god-awful screams that emanate from that sinister workshop from time to time.
A most unusual fanfare, c'est vrai. However, there's no way of knowing what he's doing there. And that's why we cannot tell you anything more.
Madame, would you be so kind as to leave now? We don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Rude. All right. You remember going to Old Bedford Village in PA and the cookie shop there sold duck food, which was a bag of broken cookies. I wonder if we should like put a listing on Etsy for like when we open the shop. You just get like a hodgepodge mix of, you know, rejected but still delicious cookies. That's not worth it. You'd buy that, Melistar? Would listing the ingredients for those be tricky? No. Not really. I mean, if it was a mixture of like because we're gonna have the labels all made for all the cookies she's gonna be baking. As long as they were rejects for those cookies, we can just include all the labels that it comes from, yeah. Or Blaze, you live about a half hour away from there and also got the same bag of cookies? Oh yeah? You got duck food as well? How funny. It'd be good to sell a random assortment of the rejects. It's not a bad idea. Downside for different flavored cookies in a bag is after a while the flavors mix together. Yeah. Well, we could actually even keep them separate. They wouldn't have to be all together. Meaning instead of her baking a whole bunch of cookies and then having some that we just don't sell because they don't look aesthetically pleasing as the others, instead of, you know, like wasting that or, you know, giving it away or throwing them away, you actually put a listing on there for it. Now the weird thing about it would be if somebody orders it and we actually don't have any, and then you have to make them. That would be weird. Nemesis fans. Isn't that what the originals were called, or no? What were the normal ones called? Oh, they were Nemesis Claws. All right, armored fans were 52. These are 50. But what's the difference? The special move is a counterattack on those. Okay, okay, so it's shield on this one. E and C scaling. This is E and C scaling. And it does counterattack. Something to keep in mind. You can have things be out of stock though. No, yeah, I mean, we have to figure it out. How easy it is to like know what we have and limit things and stuff like that. Like that's gonna be some of the growing pains, is figuring out like our capacity. How much can we reliably send out each week, and how often would we have rejects and all that. Over here. What's up here? Oh, look up here.